Right, well, it appears that we are back with some absolutely humongous news that was announced yesterday in that Charles Leclerc is going to be driving for Ferrari next year in replacement for Kimi Raikkonen, who drops down to Sauber. The career circle is complete, he's back. Only took him 17 years, does he need a better sat-nav? But once again, if you are new, which you probably are, there's a few subscribers that came over from the main channel video, so thank you very much to you. I hope you're enjoying the content so far. But if you are new, then please do subscribe, like the video if you like the content, and comment below on any issues that are discussed in this video. But anyway, plug over, let's get into the video. So what are the basics of the deal? Well, it appears that Kimi has stepped down from Ferrari. It was expected that he could sign a 1-year contract extension for 2019, which would most likely have been his last, unless some miraculous improvement in 2019 and change in the Ferrari hierarchy. But he is no longer a Ferrari driver, although he does go down to Sauber on a 2-year deal. He's there till 2020, and Leclerc goes the other way on a 2-year deal with Ferrari. He's the youngest Ferrari driver since 1961, and he's the first Ferrari Driver Academy member to be promoted to the full squad. Kimi, as it was just said, returns to Sauber, the team he started in Formula 1 with in 2001. After just 20 car races, he's got quite a few more since then. As for Kimi, he doesn't miss out on a current Ferrari power unit. Of course, Sauber have got that tight link with Ferrari through the Alfa Romeo brand, and they have a current Ferrari power unit for this year and for next year and for the foreseeable future. So that's good. They have a very competent technical department now after a lot of changes, including Jan Moncho coming in, ex-Audi Sport, ex-Ferrari man as well, and Toyota, and plenty of other good changes. Freddy Vasseur, a very good team principal, a real racer at heart running the team. So all in all, it looks quite positive. It's a nice way that he may be able to end his career, and there are other benefits which we'll discuss later. We'll check what it means for Charles Leclerc in his perspective. It's a chance to show what he can do. Will he crumble? Will he succeed? He's a very adaptable driver. He succeeded on his first attempt in GP3 and Formula 2, winning the titles both times, and he's done extremely well this year in his first season of Formula 1. The first monogasque driver since Olivier Beretta in 1994. That was always going to be brought up by the statisticians and me, and in a car that no one really expected much from, he has delivered consistently. Been getting into Q3, been getting into the points, including some 6th place finishes. Baku, probably his finest drive of the season in my opinion. He has been a bit shaky. The first 3 races were poor, spins in qualifying, spins in the race, and just general mistakes and being off the pace of Marcus Ericsson, who was really carrying the team. And then you got Hockenheim, where he spun in changing conditions, which is a little bit odd, twice as well, and he's had some bad luck as well. Belgium, Hungary, not retirements that aren't exactly his fault. Bringing the connection to a personal one, could he be the Jules Bianchi that never was? Of course, the two extremely good friends. I think Bianchi was actually his godparent as well. Very good family friends. And Jules was in line to become a Ferrari driver before his untimely passing. Same sort of trajectory as well, minus Manor, GP2, F2, into F1, or a testing role first, and then in F1. Of course, Jules started off with Manor, which is now defunct, but was set to go to Sauber before 2015, among the other 4,800 drivers that had a contract for that season. Unfortunately, we never saw how that was going to turn out, but this is a nice little emotional welcome to Ferrari for Leclerc, someone who has high hopes just like Bianchi and an immense amount of talent just like him as well. It'll be interesting to see what happens, whether Leclerc learns from Vettel for this year before embarking on maybe a challenge of his own in 2020, or whether he has no choice to be a rear gunner, or he'll be allowed to fight. That'll be very interesting given the championship dynamic. If Ferrari are totally better than the Mercedes, they might just get away with it, but if it is as close as this year and Vettel keeps on making the mistakes that he has been making under pressure, then things could get a little bit shaky. And now we move on to Kimi's perspective. He's clearly not ready to leave Formula 1 just yet, otherwise he wouldn't have embarked on this 2-year deal, and it's full of positives for him. He now has part ownership of Sauber, he's a brand ambassador for Alfa Romeo, and he gets to end his career in a team that he started with, that he's familiar with, and a quiet sort of back of the grid. He has more chance of being a hero than a zero. And what does it mean for the end of the 2018 season? Will he continue to be a rear gunner to Vettel, helping him in his championship challenge against Hamilton, or will he say, I'm not really playing for a contract anymore, I might have a go, try and get a first win in 5.5 years, which seems mental. Or not, if you saw him drive between 2014 and 2017. Or could it mean that he has a way back to Ferrari if Charles Leclerc does happen to fail, which I can't see happening, but you never know in Formula 1, then Raikkonen is race sharp because he'll be with Sauber, and they can easily swap the two, saying, you're not ready yet, go back to Sauber, and Kimi will be there as a quick replacement. And Kimi, by the time he retires, will be 41, coming firmly into the winter of his career. However, he does have an interest in running the team beyond his career, so it's a good insight into how the team works and getting to know everyone, and that might prove to be a seamless transition for 2021 onwards, much like Schumacher did in his special advisor role with Ferrari, and even then he can come back at the age of 72, whenever he wants. Now, in terms of the dynamic and what it means for Sebastian Vettel, the last time he had a competitive teammate was Daniel Ricciardo back in 2014, and he crumbled. So what will it mean for next year? Will Leclerc be able to attack him? And then we'll really see what Vettel is made of. He's faltering at the moment in arguably a better car than the Mercedes, a better all-round car than the Mercedes, and he faces losing the championship that he really should win to Hamilton, who's just been more consistent and driving like a more mature 33-year-old man he is, rather than the gung-ho, let's go for it, just win at all costs rookie he was back in the day. And what does it mean for the overall driver market? Does it save Romain Grosjean? Leclerc rumoured to be going to Haas. That's not going to happen anymore. He was most likely going to be partner to Magnussen, with Grosjean looking a bit shaky. He thinks he's going to stay. Gene Haas, I think, wants him to stay. Günther Steiner, I don't know. Their relationship has been pretty strained over the past 3 years, but it looks like he is safe for now. And then there's Perez and Ocon and all of those. What knock-on effect will it have for them? Finally, who is Raikkonen replacing? Is it Ericsson? Is it Leclerc? Ericsson, not confirmed for 2019, has had an okay season, certainly improvement on 16 and 17 and definitely 14, although that Caterham was a write-off and ugly and rubbish.
2,000 years later.
And it ruined Andre Lotter's F1 career before it even started. However, his 6 points that he scored this year is his second best total in Formula 1. I think he got 10 in 2015. That's not really good enough for someone who, albeit at the back, is in their 5th year of Formula 1 and about to enter their 6th. Could it mean that Antonio Giovinazzi comes back? Could it mean that Stoffel Van Dorn is there? Although I'm not too sure about that one. Frederic Vasseur doesn't seem to have an interest in bringing him to Sauber, which is a shame. But, you know, we might be losing some very good drivers by the end of the year. Esteban Ocon, Stoffel Van Dorn, and more if this craziness continues. My feeling would be that Raikkonen will be alongside Giovinazzi to keep that Ferrari Junior link going, but we'll wait and see. And that wraps it up for today. Do you have any questions? Put them down in the comments. Did you enjoy the video? Please like, and if you're new, do subscribe, as I said at the top of the video. But for now, I've been James Eagles. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you for the next one. Take care.